Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, a podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing Sister Wives. So we do have Letitia on the episode again, so we're going to just transition over to the episode. We're here to talk Sister Wives. And really our main focus is going to be the conversation between Kody and Meri with a sprinkle of our annoyance with Christine. Just a sprinkle.
Absolutely.
So they kind of talk about their Christmases being separate and all that, whatever. And kind of the conversation is brought up among the Christine's kids about David. And listen, I'm happy for her happiness, but I'm a little frustrated with how she's handling this with her kids.
Yep, absolutely. She's being annoying.
She's also being a little selfish because listen, I understand that like you have to do for yourself. You can't necessarily let your kids dictate everything in your life, but when you have kids that have been used to the same thing for years and years and years,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden that's now being changed, and that's no fault of their own, it's no fault of their parents, it's whatever, just well, maybe Kody. But that's neither here nor there. They're used to what they were used to.
Yep.
And then you're kind of
Absolutely.
throwing this new guy into their face, and as they're saying, it's moving so quickly. Like, give or take, there's probably only been a month and a half that she's known David, maybe 2 months.
Maybe 2 months. I think she said 2 months. Like they've been dating for like 2 months or so now.
Yeah, that's really quick.
Very.
And when you have Isabel, who is your second youngest, basically saying like, I'm happy for you, but like this is
Slow the fuck
fast.
down.
Yeah, and I know Peyton's like, listen, it's because we're saying something doesn't mean you have to stop what you're doing. Don't necessarily stop what you're doing, but it's just our assessment. I'm just like, no, maybe you need to stop what you're doing.
Yep. I don't think so. She's just in her own little happy world.
I just think she needs to think about her kids a little bit. And when she's doing like the PDA and stuff with Dave, which again, great, I'm happy for you. But like,
You're doing too much.
Isabel's literally like, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I wish she would say that to her, but I really don't even think if she says it to Christine, it's going to change anything. I think Christine is going to do what she's going to do.
Yeah.
And again, like I know they say like she hasn't experienced this type of situation and she hasn't dated in the sense that maybe most of us have. But I love you after a week. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Like a week?
Like she fell head over heels for this man.
That's fine, but I think you're not in love. I think you're in
No.
lust.
I think so. I think that she really, I'm gonna use like an old school word here.
Okay.
I really think that she's been jonesing
Jonesy.
for, yeah, this is old school. I'm like, you're showing her age.
Oh God.
Like, um, because she hasn't received that type of love before. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she's had to share this boy for so long in between, 3 other wives, she has never gotten that just one-on-one love from just, and all the attention, all the focus, everything is just on her.
Yeah.
Like, so I understand where she's like, yep, I am like, I'm jonesing over this man or whatever, but bitch, you're not in love with him. Shut up.
I mean, maybe you are now, and
Yeah,
that's
you are now,
fine.
because obviously,
Yeah,
but
lust can change to love, and that's
oh,
fine.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
it's just like there's no way that you can say you were in love with him. I mean, apparently he said it first. Okay, fine.
Maybe they were both jonesing over each other.
Maybe, but I don't I feel I don't know. I don't know David, so I feel like I don't have enough to judge him on, but I don't know. Is it just me or is it like there's something about him? Maybe just he's uncomfortable with the camera, which fine. This is new, but I feel like there's just something about him that I can't
Mhm.
quite put. And listen, y'all, I keep saying I don't know. I don't think you watch Love Is Blind, but I do watch Love Is Blind, and I've always say it, and I'm gonna keep saying it because when everyone's like, "Oh my God, SK is so great," and I'm like, SK something wrong with him," and I was right. So I'm gonna keep going with that. You need to watch Love Is Blind. You're missing out. My God,
I've only watched that first season. I never watched it again.
it's it got messy. And like
Mhm.
even this season, there's these two people, Lee okay, it was like a triangle situation here. Leo, this other girl, Brittany, kind of talks like Tiger Lily. Like if like he was a serial killer, like it'd be fine. She kind of talks like Tiger Lily. And then there's the other girl, Hannah, who's from West Virginia. So you can just kind of picture the accent. And he he was trying to choose between the two of them.
Mhm.
And when Hannah's like, listen, I'm gonna go for the other guy because you don't have like your decisions figured out, and I want someone to pick me. And he's like, Hannah, oh my God, like, what if I like, can I do something? And I'm like, you have to watch it. It's, yeah. But yeah, he was just like, can I do something? What if I told you I proposed to you? And when he would talk to them, he'd be like, fuck yeah, that's so smart. You said that's so great. And then he would do like, and I'm like,
Oh my
oh,
god.
Love is Blind is yeah, this season's messy. But yeah, so I was like over here being like, I don't know, there's just something about David. I don't know what it is. It could just be his comfortability level with the camera, which is totally understandable. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just on an island on my own with David. Um, but yeah, the other thing too that I quickly want to get to before we talk about Kody and Meri is what were your thoughts about Janelle talking to Maddie about Coyote Pass and everything kind of surrounding Coyote Pass? Because Cody's biggest issue is that the children gossip. And he's not wrong with that, but obviously that gossip has to come from the moms.
Right.
And I really think, I know she's an adult, she's married, she has kids, I get it, but she's still your child. And I feel like
Mhm.
certain things you could just not talk to your children about.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of them.
I think, ouch. In my opinion, I think that children need to stay in a children's place, no matter like how old they are. Let
Exactly.
let them stay in a child's place. Yes, they are adults, but they're still your children. Let them stay in their place because they were not in the decision making when y'all decided to purchase
Th-
this piece of land. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So they shouldn't be in the decision making now.
Yeah.
If
And
they
it's
were never
just,
involved in the beginning, they should not be involved in the end.
no.
I think that the wives and Kody just need to come to a particular situation, um, come to an agreement and sell it.
That's the thing. Like, clearly, for whatever reason, Cody doesn't have the money. And there has been a lot of theories surrounding that.
So
But
my thing here is because I know I've shown you like a few little videos on TikTok and stuff like that.
that's what I meant
And
by
I'm just
theories.
like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just like, y'all have these Picassos in your house.
Those were not Picassos. Those were not
like,
Picassos. That's not even
like,
Banksy. They can't even go there.
like, you guys have pictures that are worth a couple thousand, and some are worth 1 million and change.
sell the
You guys,
goddamn quote unquote Picassos.
that's yeah, sell the fucking Picassos. you guys can't sell the house now because, your ex-wives put a stop to that shit, which I'm so
That's
happy they did.
hilarious.
I'm so happy they did because, again, they tried to do sneaky shit.
We don't like sneaky shit on this
Like some
podcast.
people I know.
Yes. We don't like sneaky shit on this
You don't
podcast.
like sneaky shit. You like
Mm-mm.
don't fucking throw your hands and then try to hide them after the fact. And I'm so happy that the wives took the accountability to be like, oh, absolutely not. This
No.
house is coming off the market because you're not selling this house until I get my share, bitch.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I believe they are all entitled to a portion of that house.
The thing is like the other thing too that I think was in some of those TikTok videos was the fact that, listen, this whole situation, and this is what was so kind of great with Meri when she kind of says, well, he says, well, I just disregard what Robin says. She's like, no, you don't. Don't act like you do. Yes, sure, you might have a brain of your own, but you do what she wants you to do. This move
Exactly.
to Flagstaff was because Robin wanted it, because poor sweet Dayton can't figure out going to school by himself. I understand he's on the spectrum, but you got to let that go because he needs to
Yeah,
be able to grow and become what he is meant to become, whether he's on the spectrum or not. You can't keep using that as a crutch. And that move happened because of Robin. The house being purchased at all was because, well, Robin wanted it because she didn't want to move. I'm praying for that house that I can rent. Fuck off. Like, everything has happened because Robin wanted it.
exactly.
So, guess what? Because Robin wanted it that badly, you now have to
Yeah.
reap the consequences of how badly Robin wants something and how idiotic you are to give her what she wants.
Yep. Stupid. He catered to her every fucking need.
And
Every need he catered to it.
all of it just kind of comes down to the fact of younger model gets exactly what she wants.
Not
He's
with
a
them eyebrows.
perfect example. And okay, I don't want to go too far ahead. We'll get to that because when one of the things that he says on this, I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Hmm.
Sorry, what? And we'll get to it. But we're kind of done with that. Let's just get into this conversation with Kody and Meri. And of course, we got now this line that we've been hearing from the commercials and everything.
Yep.
Don't blame me for not loving you. Blame yourself for me not loving you. Isn't it not your fault that I love you in the first place? That's not my fault. That's your fault. Fuck off. So again, lending back to what Meri said, you don't have a brain for yourself.
I
Like
think he
it
needs to get his brain tested.
blaming us as women for what, putting you under a spell or something? Like
He needs to get his brain tested. He needs to go to the science center that's shutting down here in Toronto and just, I think
what
it just
science
needs to
center?
go, yeah. Like, it needs to get tested and then it needs to just be in the science center here in Toronto to let everyone know this is how a toxic, disgusting
No, 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 no,
person's
no, 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 no,
brain.
no, 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 no. What they need to do is kind of do like a penis museum, but for brain museums.
Yeah.
And then say this is, and just honestly, just make it Cody Brown's brain. Just
Yep.
here's
Cody
Cody
Brown's.
Brown's
Yep.
brain.
Exactly. Cody
This is the
Brown's
brain of a
brain.
narcissist. So kind of like what they did.
Yep.
This is your brain on drugs. This is your brain as a narcissist.
This is what it will look like, folks. Because I just don't, you cannot blame a person for you yourself falling in love.
Sorry, guys, we had to keep stopping because men are dumb. So anyway, um, so yeah, he says blame yourself for me not loving you, blah blah blah. And he's like, I could have faked my way through it. She's like, but why would I want that? Why would I wanted you to fake your way through loving? Like, how insulting. I could have faked my way through it. You guys aren't having a normal functioning marriage, I'm sure. So it's like, okay, like why would you anyway? Yeah, she's like, but I like wanted to work on it.
Mhm.
And then he says, she's like, I didn't realize we're having an argument. Like, I'm just going to stop it here for having an argument. And he's
Right?
like, this isn't an argument. This is an accountability conversation. And I'm like, well, wait.
But he didn't even take accountability for any of the stuff that he's done.
I don't even think I didn't even know accountability was in his vocabulary because he never takes it. Accountability conversation. Wow. At the same time, also, what does that even mean? But anyway, so he said, so what about moving forward together? This was his question. And she's looking at, there was silence, okay? There were crickets between them. And she's looking at him. She's like, um,
Her eyes spoke volumes.
right? She's like, she's literally thinking, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, there, there is no us. So that's a no from me, dog. Like, I am so good. Like, what the
Right?
hell are you talking about? And he's he's like, okay. And he looks disappointed. Why are you disappointed? This is what you wanted. She gave you what you wanted.
But now that he has it, it's a whole disappointment.
Yeah, and I don't think it's disappointment because he loves her or he has like he wants to go back and change things. It's
Yeah.
disappointment because he's like, well, there's another failed marriage or whatever. It's more about the just the optics of everything than
Right.
anything else. And Janelle kind of pops in here and she says, this is so crazy the things that he says. She's like, when I used to hang out with them prior to me marrying him, they were goofy with each other. There seemed to be love there. And again, it's like one of the podcasts that I was listening to, one of the podcasts I listened to, they do something called Bi Curious, reality gaze. They do Bi Curious where they'll cover a show where they don't cover normally.
Right.
And they had guests on it. I think it was the most recap. They were on the episode and they were talking about the fact that listen, during Robin and his wedding, he was ready to like fuck her right there.
Oh yeah.
And I remember that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Like this chemistry that was between them was insane. Like they're like
Mhm.
staring into each other's eyes of like, you want to get out of here kind of situation. Like
Mhm.
it's true. And not only that, it also brought back in the other memory, which we saw earlier in the season, was um, you are asking during your one wife's birth about the other wife being able to have a baby.
Yep.
The one you claim you don't love, you never did.
Thank you. Right?
What? Like,
And on top of that, you're kissing Robin and Christine's in labor. Okay.
I just, yeah, and that's the other thing too. Robin's so concerned about showing affection in front of the other wives. What about that?
Bitch, please.
Like, but it's just interesting. Now, the other thing is to listen. I'm not saying Meri was a delight. I'm sure she wasn't. People have said things,
Mhm.
and I understand that. But is there also any possibility that maybe Meri, just as a person kind of going through her own infertility issues and fertility and whatnot, isn't it possible that maybe she's just a bitter, she's upset, she's sad? Because the reality of it is, no matter how happy you may be for people, constantly seeing people getting pregnant, you're just like, when's my turn?
Yeah.
That's irritating and it's frustrating. Now, is it right to put that on other people? No. But
No, it's not.
that's just how maybe her thought process was. Maybe that bitterness and that coldness and that came from something else. That's not an excuse, but I'm just kind of sitting here thinking maybe this goes deeper than everyone's giving credit to her for. And throwing that back at her face is so fucked. Like, don't
Mhm.
do that.
I
But
agree.
whatever. So Meri says in her interview moment here, she says, if you didn't want to fail, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't have married the wrong person one, two, three times.
Right?
It's true though. But that's the thing is like you see it as a failure now and that you shouldn't have done that. But I guarantee that's not how you felt when you married any of these women.
Mhm.
It's okay if a marriage runs its course, but you don't have to turn around and say, well, I never loved you.
Exactly.
You don't have to do that.
You're lying. Like, stop the foolishness.
Yeah. That's kind of, to me, it's like the easy way out of saying I didn't love you.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has a problem with the term abandonment because the church elders have, or leaders, or whatever the terminology is, um, have said the release was on the grounds of abandonment, which he had a problem with. He couldn't even say it last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but really and truly, she's like, well, in my words, really, if the shoe fits, because you did abandon her, although you
Yeah,
think you didn't, you did.
you did. Absolutely.
You did.
1000% he abandoned her.
And again, that's not to say Mary's innocent. She shouldn't have done what she did also. But again, I feel like Meri internalizes her situations or her feelings in maybe not the most healthiest of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But after 32 years, are you really trying to tell me that you do not know that of your wife?
Thank you.
You have to know that of her.
Absolutely.
Um,
He wants to play stupid and dumb like he doesn't know.
exactly. And then this was the kicker. He says, "Well, why did you move so quickly on it?" And I'm like, "Sir." And Mary's like, "Quickly?" Like, this has been a long process.
It
This
has.
has been a long time coming, and you're over here being like, "Quickly?"
Mm-hmm.
That's like the equivalent. Now, I'm sorry if anyone listening is not going to understand this reference, but again, we're going to show our age with this one here. This is kind of like in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Ashley was like, "Together?"
Yes, I remember that episode.
So, sorry if no one understands. If you don't, you're doing life incorrectly, but that's fine.
I
So,
remember the episode where Will's like, "It's cheese, Ashley, it's cheese."
that was with Jaleel White was in that episode, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Jaleel White. Just mwah. Yes, together,
Oh
Jaleel White.
my
Yes,
gosh.
together.
Oh my gosh. One more thing on that as well. My brother, he sent me a clip yesterday of when they went to the Oprah Winfrey show. And then Will is like, "How would you feel if your uncle flew you and his family out here to be on the Oprah Winfrey show and had you sitting in the office or sorry, in the what's it called?
The
In the
audience.
in the audience."
Yeah.
And now he feels embarrassed in front of his girl. "Hi, Letitia." I was like, "Hi, Will."
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Oh God, those were good. Those were good times.
Oh, I love that show so much. Can you tell? I've watched every episode at least 30
Oh,
times.
me too. Me too. It's the best.
Oh, okay. And he's like, "So you can choose and I cannot. You made the first choice. She just followed through on your choice. You chose."
Exactly.
I'm so confused by him. I don't think he has a fucking clue what he wants.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Not anymore.
And
He
then,
thought he did.
one of the greatest lines of this episode, the second best line, because the best one's coming, is when he said, "So I remember when Sonny and Cher divorced, I was 6." And he rambles on about this. And I said, "Wait, what does Sonny and Cher's divorce
Have to
have to
do.
do with your divorces? What?" Listen, just unlike Cher, she believed in life after love. And you're over here being like, "Well, why did you make the choice?" And leave Cher's name out of it. Okay. She's too good for you.
Cher would never.
Cher would never. Cher. There are certain people whose names you can't utter. Cher is one of them, Kody. Okay. Her name is too good for you to utter. Anyway,
She would never.
he says here, "I wish I never had married her." And I said, "Fuck off. I wish that I never saw you on my TV screen, but we all can't get what we want." Okay? Seriously. I wish I didn't have to see your wife cry every 2 seconds, but we all can't get what we want. Okay.
Thank you.
She did cry in this episode, right? I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did. There's just no way. The tears started on episode like 4 and they haven't stopped.
Are we talking about Tata?
She doesn't stop crying.
Because she doesn't stop crying either.
She starts crying about her sister. And I'm like, why are you crying? She's not okay. There's something wrong. I think they need to check her hormones too. I really do mean that. Not only do they need to check her thyroid, but they need to check if there's any hormonal imbalances. Something is wrong.
Bitch is always crying.
I had this relationship with my sister. I'm like, why are you crying? But I met Robin, but they're one and the same. I can understand why you got confused.
Yeah, that was like, what are you talking about? But was Robin crying in the? I don't know. I don't.
She probably cried about Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember her crying about Christmas. She was.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Baby Jesus is born and she starts crying. It's fine. The wind hits just like Steven in Love Is Blind. The wind hits wrong and she starts crying. For him though, the wind hits just right and he gets hard. That's what he said.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. That's literally were his words. And he's 3/5 black, everybody. Let's not forget. 3/5. Anyway. So he's like, I did it to serve her. And what I did do was never enough. And he said, I've had better relationships. You want to know why? Because I married Janelle, I married Christine, I married Robin, so I had better relationships with them. And that's what he says. And she says to him, like, I just wish you would have made the decision sooner.
Yeah.
But he did make the decision sooner, and you just ignored the decision. But that's okay. That's fine.
That's on her.
That's on her. And he says, you think that you're in a normal relationship because everyone else complains about the same thing, but really you're not in a normal relationship. You're just kind of, when you should be worrying about intimacy, you're kind of, fighting, putting like his fists together. He's like, it's the FF. And the last F means fight, or maybe the first F, who fucking knows. But he says, that doesn't create intimacy. That just creates orgasms. And I puked. Because I'm like, I don't want to picture Kody having any semblance of an orgasm ever in my entire life.
Oh.
Also, I highly doubt that any of his 4 wives have ever experienced an orgasm with Kody. Or ever. Oh, do you think that man knows where the clit is? You think he knows where the G spot is? He probably doesn't even know what a G spot is at all. Do you think he knows? Does that man with his spaghetti hair look like a man who knows how to make a woman orgasm? Does he look like one? Because
at this point, I don't know what the heck he knows.
Can you picture that hair on your face when you're having sex? Can you picture that? Blech. That right.
You want to picture none of that shit.
You want to talk about ick? That's ick. Like,
I don't even know how these women laid down with him for so long, because
he was a decent looking guy without the hair when he was younger. Not my type, but I can still look at a man and say, okay, you're cute for someone else, but you're cute. He looked handsome. Then the hair, I don't know. I mean, I think I do know. I've heard that the reason he did is because he was balding, so he probably had to do a hair system. That's whatever. Men have to do it. We've seen it plenty of times before with like Valentine from I don't know what I was saying, but yes, orgasms. So
orgasms.
I definitely don't think he's ever given anyone an orgasm. He's comes across as a selfish person. So I'm sure that translates in the bedroom. So
I'm
I'm
just not
sorry.
attracted to him at all. I don't find him attractive. I never.
No, 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 no. Let me be very clear. I can think you're cute, but not be at all attracted. I'm not attracted to him.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that he was a good-looking man in his younger years. Not now. Let's get that clear too. Not now. His
Mm-hmm.
younger years. So, and again, he wants to stay here and be like, oh, wish I never married her. Sir, you married her because you couldn't have sex before marriage. Who else gets married after 6 months at 19? Come on. Anyway, we do get a quick little thing from Christine here that the only thing I want to shed on to this was about the date with David. But she says she's like, isn't it funny that I think polygamy is a threat, that other women in my marriage are a threat. And I think honestly that says everything. Because again, I'm happy Christine left Kody for the mere reason because I want Kody to be uncomfortable. It gives me
Mm-hmm.
joy. Um, but that doesn't mean that I like Christine. I never did. She never really was my. Honestly, I don't like any of these people.
I don't like any of them either.
I don't like any
Piss
of these
me off.
people. Truly starting to grow on me since she's gotten a little older, and I'm like, you're sassy. I like that, but
Yeah.
that's kind of it.
I don't like McKelty. McKelty pisses me off.
I don't like McKelty. Payton is problematic. Listen, honestly, I like Logan. He's not even on the show anymore. I always like Logan. I thought Logan seemed to have a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
So that was kind of more my favorite, but I don't like any of these people. I don't like any of them.
I can't like my thing is with McKelty, like I'm just like like you I don't know, I feel like she's very entitled or she want like I don't
She's
know, there's something about her, but it's like it took you this long for you not to speak to Robin anymore.
because for whatever reason she connected with Robin. I think especially as a teenager, I think she was a little I mean, Maddie, they always say like, Maddie was kind of like not a nice person. She's kind of bitchy. She was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't nice as a teenager. We aren't nice as teenagers. That's just nice and teenager don't go in the same sentence.
Right.
But I think McKelty was going through her own thing and she connected with Robin, and I can understand all of that. And I don't fault her in that. But a lot of McKelty, and the reason I didn't particularly like her is yes, she's entitled. She
Yeah.
thinks that she at least was anyways. Maybe she's kind of come off that a little bit as an adult, but not that much, to
Right.
be honest. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't like any of these people, like I said. Um, and I mean, I like some of the kids, but the adults, the four of them, I don't like any of them.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
But Christine, there was always Kody always kind of said that she wasn't nice to her wives, their sister wives. She wasn't really nice to be around, and I always thought he was telling the truth on that. Because
Mm-hmm.
Christine was kind of McKelty gets her personality from Christine.
Oh,
They are
absolutely.
one and the same. So that's why I believe it, because I see it in your daughter. She
The
had to have
fact that
gotten that
she
from
felt
somewhere.
the fact that she was like, "Oh my God, I ate my placenta. I had a huge shock." Ew.
I mean, I know it's a thing that people eat their placenta. Like, I'm not saying, but I've heard, like, scientifically speaking, there's no real benefit
There's no real
to
benefit.
eating your placenta or encapsulating it or whatever. If you want to do it, fine. I don't care. Whatever little bit helps, go for it. If you think it's gonna help, do it. But it's just
Right.
I don't need to see your placenta either. Thank you. Um,
Or the big chunk that you
or
took
the
out
big
of it.
I didn't even see the chunk. I can't even tell you. Like, I don't know what it looked like. As soon as I saw what they were showing me, I said, "Yep, not gonna look at that." Because that not again, I had nothing against it's a normal thing that comes out of a woman's body. It's there to, you know, keep your unborn child alive, and
But I'm not a mammal. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to do that. I am a mammal, but I'm not that mammal. I'm not a
Yeah.
mammal that's
Like
going to
I'm
go
just
just do that.
right. That's what I mean. Like I'm fuck that. That's
Maybe I
gross.
would encapsulate it, but I'm not eating it.
Right. Ew.
I'm not taking a chunk out of it and comparing it to a flank steak, Tony.
That's gross.
Just, but anyway, Robin apparently, Kody says, that Meri's a part of the family and you should be inviting her to Christmas. I don't really listen to what she has to say though. And Meri's like, yeah, you do. We had hot roast already. Yeah, you do.
Ew.
He's like, well, you don't really know me if you think that I don't have a brain of myself,
Oh,
my
she
own.
fucking knows you.
Can I please direct you back to the move to Flagstaff in general? So you do everything that she wants you to do. But I guess we should blame Robin. We should blame Robin because it's her fault that he's in
And if
love
we
with
do,
her.
and if we do blame Robin, it's a whole fucking problem.
Now that's interesting because he says, blame yourself for the reason why I love you. So then, so should the wives and kids then blame Robin because it's her fault that all of this has happened because of your love for her,
Exactly.
which is
Thank
her
you.
fault?
You see how shit this backlash is at him? Freaking idiot.
Like, it all comes all back around. Idiot, man. He's an idiot.
He is.
Well, that's the episode for this. Do you have a few more minutes? I wanted to talk about Vea real quick.
Yeah.
B90. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yes, I do have a few minutes for that.
Yeah. So, of course, I'm behind on B90 because Love is Blind just has to just, just, just
Come
raw
in there.
dog us with no loop. Just come at me. And I'm like, I gotta catch the fuck up. Okay, great. So I haven't done a lot of B90, but I want to talk Vea. First of all, you dumb bitch. Why did you do an airplane selfie with your ex-boyfriend for whom you almost had a child with? He's not just your ex-boyfriend, like there's history. And you do an airplane selfie with him? And if I'm Sunny, I'm like, how the hell did you get him past me? Like, how did that happen? Like, well, because she did 777. So, like, we're on the GO train or something.
Yep.
Text 7777.
Oh my God, that's so annoying. I'm happy that they kind of updated it because it's now seven,
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 seven.
seven.
Now,
Oh, that
now,
used to
now,
piss
now it's
me
just seven,
off.
seven, 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 seven.
Yeah.
Or because we are a country with two languages, official languages, then they do French as a set, 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 set.
Oh my God, it's so annoying.
Oh man. I mean, apparently the thing does work though. So there's that.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, I'm just like, you're a dumbass bitch. Why would you do that? And then I don't know. I don't know what kind of phone she has, if it's an iPhone or how iPhones work, but here in Samsung land, we have this thing called secure folder that you can plop that into your secure folder. Ain't no one gotta see shit.
exactly.
And then you just leave it open there for him to, what the fuck? Like, did he just go like to, and okay, how she words it was like, oh, he just took my phone and saw that picture with Rory. Did you have the picture up? Were you texting with Rory and sent him the picture?
Thank
So he
you.
sees what's happening. She's a dumb bitch. I'm
She's an idiot.
sorry.
Like I said to you, she could have invited a family, a girlfriend, whoever, but you
Anybody,
invited your ex.
your ex. He knows what you look like naked.
Like,
He not be going traveling with a man who knows what you look like
oh, because
naked
I
to go
needed
meet
because I
another
needed
guy.
somebody. I needed somebody because I never left America. Bitch, shut up.
There's plenty of people who haven't left America. If you need your emotional support, Rory, fine. There's two things. Either you needed to find someone else to be your emotional support, Rory, to go with you, or you tell him, oh, by the way, I kind of want someone to come with me. Rory's the only one who had availability. He could come, whatever. So he's going to come. He's not going to be around us a lot. You don't have to worry about that, but he's merely coming to take that trip with me.
Right.
fucking tell him, communicate that with him. But at the same time, like she's worried about his jealousy. I understand his jealousy because you were about to have a whole ass kid with the man.
Exactly.
Like, it's not something that you dated for 6 months or something. You were with this guy.
Yep.
Ridiculous. This whole thing is just, she's an idiot. Um, yeah. He's like, don't touch me. Go touch your ex-boyfriend. Go back to your ex-boyfriend. Go back to
Yep.
America. I don't need you.
Yep.
Fuck off. Like, I'm just
Yep.
like,
Tell her plain and straight. It's about fucking time.
yeah. Like,
Look, there's just no like I'm so happy. Like I said, I'm happy that he had the balls to actually leave and not just stay.
yeah, he's the only person who actually did.
Yep.
So I'm
Because
happy for it.
I would have left too because bitch, what the like what?
The fuck? You come all the way here to spend time with me for us to get to know each other, and you brought your ex. Like, it's just so fucked. And what's he doing? Just sitting in a hotel room? Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. But she makes Tiger Lily look smart, and that's hard to do.
Tiger Lily pisses me off.
She's, I love watching her. That's about as far as I can go. I love watching her. They posted a picture of her ex-husband, and she definitely upgraded. She definitely upgraded because that man looks like he looks like Principal Mr. Okay, you remember Saved by the Bell?
Yes.
He literally looks like the principal with glasses on. The bald head, everything. That's literally what the man looks like. Again,
Oh
I'm
my
really sorry for the
god.
young people who don't know what I'm talking about, but that's fine. But that's what he looks like.
Saved by the Bell was a good show.
I loved that show. And every time I see, because I think Mark Paul Gosselaar, who played Zach, like he's kind of the only one who's really had a career kind of go a little better than everybody else. I mean, Mario Lopez is great to look at, but
Well,
he's,
that black girl went hell over high waters.
I guess that's what happens when you have sex with Eddie Murphy.
Okay. No comment.
Uh, because listen, hear me out. She goes a little cuckoo magoo after having sex with Eddie Murphy. Mel B also went a little cuckoo magoo after having sex with Eddie Murphy. I'm just saying, Eddie Murphy
Oh,
makes women go cuckoo magoo. That's all I'm saying.
ew.
He's a
Gross.
dick though. But anyway, you
Oh
could see
my
that
god.
shit in like Raw, or is that other one that he did at before Raw? And it was like, damn, Eddie, fucking go with that. I mean, he has to have something. He's not that good looking, so God has to bless him with something.
Oh my god.
That's all I'm saying. Talk about Eddie Murphy. Bo, whatever the fuck his name is, over here comparing himself to Eddie Murphy and his comedy level. I'm like, sir, Eddie Murphy, you are not. You're not even Kevin Hart. I don't know who you are. More like, I can't even give you Russell Peters. I don't know what to give you. You're unnamed. That's where you are. Eddie Murphy, the difference between me and Eddie Murphy, Will Ferrell. Who else did he name off? Okay, you're like a Will Ferrell because Will Ferrell's dumb. But
Oh my
what?
god.
And then his Bozo is a bozo. I know that's not his name, but that's how it's spelled, so deal with it. Bozo is a bozo because he doesn't even tell his mom that he's in a relationship. What's he gonna tell her when he's not home? Because he lives at home without a job. He says the basketball gave him money. You did not go pro. I don't see you making NBA numbers, but you out here being like, I was surviving off basketball. My guy. Oh, but then they pick someone else who was taller and better than I was. You don't say. Because white boys can't jump. That was
Oh my
where white boys can
God.
jump. But anyway, that guy was taller than you. Anyway, I don't know what else happened in this episode. Oh, wait. We can't talk about B90 and not talk about what's his face. Would you like that if I like bought your parents a house? Would you like you're love bombing her? With what fucking money, my guy? With what money?
With the $45 he came to there with. With the $45 he went down there with.
No, he was getting another paycheck. It was probably going to be like $50 anyway. Because how much do you really make as a drag queen's assistant? You're not even good enough to be the drag queen. You're the assistant.
And they're both the bottom.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This is Valentine and what's his face from Love in Paradise all over again. They're both tops. The problem with two tops, or the episode was called. They were two tops. See, that's it. You have to go have sex with those guys because they're both tops. You guys are both bottoms. Problem solved.
Exactly.
When this guy said he's a bottom, I said, fuck.
Yep, that's
And did you
disgusting.
think she was the top? You thought she was the top. You want to have a woman with a female penis, but then you think they're gonna top. So I'm sure
Thank
some
you.
do, but I'm just like, we could do both, he says. She doesn't want to top.
She wants to be the bottom. Like, the fuck?
Then you're in the wrong
You're
relationship.
in the wrong relationship. Y'all should have talked about this from before.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck did you guys talk about? You didn't talk about the fact that you're cheating on her. You didn't talk about your gonorrhea. Oh, and don't you guys worry, the sludge has stopped because he told us. I didn't need to fucking know, thank you. And they need to really stop. People are eating dinner, okay? I don't need to hear about his sludge.
Thank you. Ew. Ugh.
And yeah, and then you don't talk about the fact that you're both bottoms. Like that never came up. And then he's like, well, if I could pay for your hormones, I would. Because, y'all, he needs to have a female penis. If she's not taking the appropriate hormones, then how could he ever have a female penis?
Right. Gross.
This shit this man has said on Reddit, he got banned from the most popular Reddit subreddit for 90 Day Fiancé because of the shit he was saying. He's disgusting. Faith girl, run. Using danger girl, you need to run. Okay, that's it. I have nothing else to say.
I can't, because I hope that they're I don't know. I hope that they're not together anymore, because apparently he's working at some store.
Yeah, I heard he's working in some store in the States.
Yep, so I'm just
I
hoping and
really
praying they're
do.
not together, but my God.
And how can you introduce this man to your family knowing that you guys are not even together in your mind anyways? Why are you
Hmm.
going to introduce him? What's the
There's
point?
no point.
And
No
he's
point.
so gross. He's so gross. Like, what? Gonorrhea aside, I couldn't look at him and let him do anything to me.
Mm,
Maybe I would have to top him just so I don't have to look at him. You could face the other way and then I don't have to look at your face.
I would put a pillow
But then
over
I would
his
have
face.
to put a whole condom all over my body to make
I wouldn't
sure that
even.
I'm protected. Like
He's not
maybe like
even
four
worth
of them.
touching, because that's
No, no. I'm sorry, he's disgusting. Looking at him is disgusting. How he treats his body. He don't treat his body like a temple. He don't respect himself. I can't. No,
disgusting.
no. But I think that's it. There's nothing to talk about with the toe. Toe is boring this season.
Yep, it is.
The only highlights I have is Sarper and Shekinah, and that's not saying much. Okay.
Nope.
But when Sarper says shit that makes me laugh, that's what I want from Toe. Sarper is delivering.
Yeah, right now, yes.
But everyone else, and that's what goes to show how shitty the season is. I'd rather see a nose job storyline than watch anything else on the show.
Didn't watch anything. Yeah, because I'm so over it. Like I'm just it's
It's so
boring.
bad. It's so bad.
It's so boring.
It's actually really disappointing. It's so bad. It's ugh. Anyway. We want to laugh, people. We want to laugh.
Yep, absolutely. And this is not a laughing matter.
No, I mean, most stuff on Life After Lockup isn't a laughing matter either, but I do laugh.
Oh my God. Don't get me started on Life After Lockup right now. Do not get me friggin' listen to me.
Who are we talking about, first of all?
We are talking about, oh my God. He's always wearing a,
Cerulia?
yeah, 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 yeah. Because, yo, this bitch is gonna drive me up
Are
a
you
wall.
cheating on me? Bitch. Wait a minute.
But it was
Wait a
okay for you to cheat on him.
wait a whole fucking minute. What did you do? What did you do? What do you
Like,
and mom? Dad? I went to go see a psychic. You don't wanna. You think your parents are gonna be receptive to you seeing a psychic? Bitch. I don't know your parents, but I know them more than that. What? I saw a psychic. So that's she hinges her life on psychics the same way that what's her face, who was spiritually married to what's his face. Same thing. I don't remember the names, everybody. Her mom's name was Yolanda because she was the only person that mattered in that whole storyline. But I just, oh man,
mhm.
I can't with
And then
Zerulia.
the white couple that's on there.
Oh, bitch! I know what you're gonna say now. The one there who has the alcohol issue, and she the
Kanika? If I could take something and knock her upside her head.
oh, it's not my problem. Like, it's your problem. And like, you want to take a shot, then like take a shot. Like, just take the shot. Do you
Not
want
even
to
that, but
kiss
like
me?
it's my
Do you want
like
to
it's
kiss me? Do you want
like
to
it's
kiss me?
my body. It's my body. I didn't take a plan B. He doesn't want to have children.
So you're gonna trap him? I mean, like, I'm not gonna like trap him. That's the definition of trapping. That's what, as Reality Gaze says, and I'm gonna give them the credit for this. She has to have a traumatic brain injury. Someone please help her. Please.
I can't. I can't.
Like, first of all, what makes you think you'd ever be in a place right now to be a good mother? You can't stop drinking. I think you have as much of a problem as he does. The only difference is he can acknowledge his problems. You can't.
You can't.
Like, she's a. Mm. I still hate Cerulean more than her. That's saying something. Okay?
But then there's the other white couple that are on the show too.
Who else is white?
Um, and he doesn't want to get a job. He's just like living off of her.
Do you mean
Um,
Kimberly and what's his face?
some shit. I don't remember.
The one that she has the kids, Kason and Caden?
Yeah. And he wants to do some DNA test now or something or some shit like that.
I think that Caden might be mine because I had sex with her right before she had sex with her husband. So it's possible that it could be my kid. I mean, fuck. Fuck.
I
I just about
I
summed it up.
can't.
But I just like, what? And then you,
And
okay,
then
wait. You have the cousin who's still out here being like, I don't like this. I don't feel right about this. Like, he was outside and he winked at me and he whistled at me. So like, I mean, I don't think it's right.
I can't.
You must be like 40 odd and you're still upset because he cheated on you in high school. You didn't even know that until now, anyways. Oh, and her dad. I know he stole that dirt bag. I know he stole that dirt bag like 30 years ago. I know he did, sir. Sir,
30
it's
years ago, get
gone.
over it.
Let it go. Let it go. I know he did. Fuck. Oh man. Oh God. These people are great. That's the kind of show we want. Thank you, Matt Sharp. Take it
Yep.
from that and then bring it over to Toe. But like, uh, I mean, who
But
else is
there's
on?
another, um, oh my God, the other black couple with the
One who
mom
had
and
the
her,
cameras everywhere?
yeah, and then the mom and her
Yeah.
got into a fight. Oh,
That's
yeah.
my son. That's my son. Bitch,
I want my son back, bitch.
are you
Bye.
fucking your son? Is something wrong? Are you okay? Are we on the wrong show? Do I love a mama's boy? Is that what's going on here?
You weren't even there for your son when he was in jail, but all of a sudden you want your son back?
Fuck off. Now, maybe Teeny
I'm
shouldn't
like,
have gone back, but I would also want to know what's your problem with me.
and then on top of that, like, hold on a second. On top of that, you didn't even fight the girl. The girl fought you. Oh, I'm gonna fight her. I'm gonna do this. Wait, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that again. And fuck this and fuck that. And oh my god.
Get over yourselves, people.
No, the mom had a whole entire problem with her in from the very beginning. Like, what did she do to you that you're there
Problem with
talking to her
what?
in that way?
Because she's doing what you're not?
Exactly. Like, what did the wife do to you?
Not a damn
Like,
thing.
she did absolutely nothing to you, and that's how you're talking to her?
Not a damn thing. She didn't do a damn thing to her.
Like, what?
It's just messy. These people messy, but it's great. It's what we want. But then also you have the really sad, messy, like, can't remember their names right now. The ones who can't get to Texas. Um,
Oh, Key
and
Rock and the next
Rock
one.
and
But they're
Kody.
stupid too, because why not?
Why not
Why
make
not?
sure you could have actually gone to Texas
Exactly my
before
fucking
going through with
point.
everything?
Exactly my point.
Like, it's great that Key Rock's not on parole anymore, but you still a prison time at the end of the
Exactly.
day. So Texas, I'm not surprised that Texas doesn't want two felons living together.
I'm not
It's
surprised. Texas is a
Texas.
tell that. Thank
Of
you. It's
all
Texas.
places, you chose Texas. Texas don't
Like,
romp.
come on.
They don't romp with that shit. What the fuck?
They don't. Texas is the worst place
They
you could have.
shoot and ask questions later. What do you mean?
Thank you. They should have got all their ducks in a row first and then figure out what the hell they want to do. Like, come on. Like, how are
So
you guys gonna
dumb.
go and put a deposit down on an apartment and don't even know if you guys are able to move into the apartment together or not?
I
Dumbasses.
understand you don't want to be there anymore. I think they're in
But find
Virginia.
somewhere else.
Find somewhere else that's not Texas.
Find somewhere fucking else to live, bitch.
Like, there's
Drove
that
me
other
fucking nuts.
there's that other couple there too that's also sad, but I can't remember. Uh, no, I can't remember. But then there's Melissa and Louis. Melissa and Louis are boring, but when Donna comes into the mix, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
His mom. He can't afford a 2 carat ring.
He can't even afford shit.
I mean, he's working, and it's really good that he's working and he's figuring it out. But
Yeah, but
like, you're gonna waste all your savings on a ring?
no, you better just you look here. You're better off going to Tiffany's. You're but not even
Not
Tiffany's.
even
You're better off
Tiffany's.
Pandora.
Right. Pandora's good.
Get a ring for $60 to $100. You're good to go.
Yeah,
Turn her finger green too well. Oh bad. Oh well. This is what you can afford right now.
man, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I can't remember who else there is on on that season. But there is definitely another couple that's sad, but I just can't remember who it is now. Oh, Justine and Michael. Not just someone. Two
I can't.
stupid people going and getting pregnant again after you just had Manhattan with 2 T's. And yeah,
Okay,
so
my
dumb.
thing is, you're not even okay. It's okay for you to punch a hole in the wall,
But
but
not
it's not
okay for
okay.
him. That's what Justine said.
Thank you. It's like I'm just like you punching a hole in the wall, so and then you want to take the children's TVs away. Nigga, go fix the fucking hole in the wall. Put the TVs back up. Like defend your fucking child.
I mean, take the
And like
TVs, fine. But like actually act like an adult, act like a parent. You can't tell them not to have a temper tantrum and then you also then have a temper tantrum. Like
this boy talking about this mom, this boy talking about the next mom, and Justine doesn't even fucking trust the man with her kids. I wouldn't trust that man with my kids either.
I wouldn't trust him with the
The
kids
fuck?
either. But then again, it's
And you're so quick to say, nope, I'm not getting a vasectomy. I'm not getting a vasectomy. I'm not
oh
doing this.
fuck
But it's
that.
okay. But it's okay
Fuck
for her
that.
to sit down there and do this and do that. The fuck out of here.
You can get your tubes tied. You can go get an IUD. You can do this. You can do that. It's like,
Yep.
so we have to go through painful processes. Not to say that a vasectomy isn't, but the recovery time is way less than
He's
what we
selfish.
have to deal with because I
Yep.
just don't want to get rid of and this is again like a trigger point because I've had this conversation with my boyfriend and said, when I'm done, I am done.
Yep.
And if I'm not getting opened up and I'm having these our kids vaginally and all that, then I expect you to go get a vasectomy. I just do. Sorry.
It is what it is.
And he's like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do because it's all about, it's one thing if you can give me a legitimate reason why you don't want to do it, but telling me you don't want to lose your quote unquote manlyhood isn't it.
No,
It's
it's
just, sorry, it's not it.
mm-mm.
Stupid. It's selfish. Fuck
It
off. What if
is.
I want to have a kid at 70? With whom?
With whom, bitch?
I was just seeing that moment being like, who?
Yeah, with who?
Because she too will be 70. What are you talking about?
So
Fuck you
stupid
talking
and selfish.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Anyway. But that's that.
Yep,
That's
that's
the
that.
episode. Talked about shows we don't usually talk about on this podcast, but
I know, but hey,
that's that. We could have gone to I Love a Mama's Boy, but we just don't have time.
no, not today.
We just don't have time for that.
Not today.
We're just gonna say we do think people are should be asking themselves more questions on their sexuality and whether or not they want to have sex with their own mother. That's
Right?
about it.
Oh my God. I can't. We have to touch on Mama's Boy next time, but yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
I'm mm,
Yep.
mm.
Yep.
What's his face? That's with Kathy's mom, Kathy's son there. Can't remember his name right now. He would
I don't
actually have a
remember.
chance in hell to find a woman because he's actually a decent looking guy. His voice throws me, but he's a decent looking guy. He could actually find a woman and have and keep a woman if he got rid of his mom. It'd be great.
Yep. Yep. Shahid and Nyla.
We've talked about that already. Yeah. That yeah. Let's just say Letitia got problems with that. Let's leave it
I
that.
do. I do.
So,
I do.
as you say, spelled differently. That's fine.
Yep, it's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this
Yeah.
episode. We're gonna let Letitia go. She got things to do.
Yes, I got some things to do, and I know you got things to do too. So,
I don't really got things to do.
but next time we'll touch on other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps. Every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me and Anyway, all the stuff, it's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityt2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube, and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.